Hello everyone, welcome to this stream. Today I'm trying a new website for streaming my Livecoding session. Instead of using a Livecoding TV, I'm going to use Twitch, which is very well known for game players, but also for coders apparently, so I'm giving it a try today. And I hope to read your feedback to know whether or not I should go back to Livecoding TV. So first, let me check that everything works alright on the website. This looks good, okay. Please let me know if you have any problem about video quality or sound quality, okay? I'll try to improve it. So today what we're gonna do is first, sorry for my voice, before starting, I'm a little bit sick today, so my voice is a little bit weird. Don't worry about that. First thing is to test and merge a pull request from Jeff to improve Markdown support on the tasks. The second one will be to close an issue that was a bug report from one of the users that is related to this pull request, okay? So as soon as we're done with the first task, we'll just close the second task. The third part of this stream will be to fix a bug about a conflict with plus for Trello. I didn't try it, so we'll try to reproduce the bug and then fix it. And at the end of this stream, I'll give you some news about the project and thank all the people who gave me some feedback on the survey I launched a few days ago, and talk about the campaigns I just opened on Kickstarter and Patreon. If you need to open the project on GitHub, you can find it at this URL. Okay. And if you want to see this page, that is my roadmap, you can go to the projects tab and open it from there, okay? So basically, to not overload you with all the information, I just wrote the main points on this page, okay? So first thing first, we'll try to work with the Markdown support. So I'm going to open the pull request right now and see what Jeff proposed, okay? So he gave us a nice image to display what was improvement about. As you see, before only part of the Markdown was supported in the checklist items, and thanks to Jeff's update, you can see like code blocks, hyperlinks, even mentions were added. So before merging it, I'm going to download it and try it locally, okay? In order to do that, GitHub tells me to check out a new branch, okay? And from there I can probably pull, maybe. Okay. Okay, so now hopefully we got Jeff's updates here. Let's see. Yeah, we see that the Markdown section is much richer than it used to be. Now we get the strong elements, EM elements, code elements, okay? And we got new functions here, get username and render at mention, okay? So let's try if everything works nicely, okay? In order to do that, I'm gonna first disable the extension downloaded from the Chrome Web Store. So I'm gonna go to that Chrome extensions page. And from there, I'm gonna disable next step, okay? Now that we're done with that, I'm going to enable the local copy of this extension. Just for a reminder, I will show you how to do this, okay? I will go to my directory, which is there, and just drag and drop this into the window, okay? So now we got a local version running of the extension. And now let's go to my demo board to see if everything's working as expected, okay? Okay, so far so good. It's still showing the tasks. I can still switch to other display modes. Awesome. Now what I'm gonna try is to create more Markdown backup in my tasks to see if they're showing alright, okay? So I'm gonna first write down a link, then another link but Markdown version, okay? I'm gonna add a link to another card, let's say this one. I'm gonna add some bold text, some italic text. Let me see, what do we have here? Okay, the strike text, that's nice too. Okay, and then maybe a mention and a code block will do. Okay. Okay, I've got nobody on my personal board, so I'll mention myself. And for code, I don't even know how to do that. Oh yeah, of course. Okay. Alright, so that's how it looks from the card view, and now let's see if it works well from the board view, okay? So let's go back there. Normally it should update. Yeah, and there you go. So the only thing is the Trello card is displayed as a normal link, which is okay, you know, at that point. And most importantly, all the markup is correctly supported. That's a very good job. Let's see if it's, yeah, the link still work. How do they? I don't remember if in the past you could directly click on the links or not, so I'm gonna check that out. Hyperlink, no, you couldn't, okay. So the behavior is the same. Okay, I guess we're good to go. I just want to make sure that there are no errors in the console. Nope, we're good. So what I'm gonna do now is merge it, okay? In order to do that, I'm gonna do it a command line. Check out master and merge this one. Okay. Oh. Okay, fair enough. I'll just do it from GitHub. Review. Let's go back to the conversation and merge. Now we're done with this one, I guess, so I can push it to done. And then there was another feature request that says it would be nice to open, to activate the links from there. I'm not really sure about that, because if we, well, we can do it, I guess. It's not gonna break anything. So basically, the idea is to transform the links here into real links that I can click on. For example, if I click on my website, it will just open it instead of opening the card, right? Just I want to try that you can still, yeah, you can still do that. Okay, checklist display all. Okay. So in order to enable the links, we need to replace these hyperlinks here into real links. So what I'm gonna do is replace the span element by a element, and the href of that is gonna be $1, which is which contains the URL of the link. Okay, so okay. Someone asking me about the Shifumi game. That must be one of my students. I have no idea who, but welcome here. So now that I replaced the spans by hyperlinks, I'm gonna see if it's working correctly. So switching back to Chrome, I need to reload the local extension, and then I need to reload the page. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Let's display more checklist items. So now you see that the links are displaying it in a different way. It's more dark. So let's see if I click on my site here. Now, it's still, for some reason, it seems to be overridden by Trello. But maybe if I right click on it, okay, I know what's going on here. It's because the hyperlink here, the variable that we're using here as a URL is actually the text of the site. Okay. For example, my site is not the right thing that we want to display. And you can see it from the bottom left corner, the URL of the link is actually showing, but it's appended to the current URL. So that's not what we want to do, okay? So basically we need to transform the link's text into a correct link with the same text but the right URL, okay? So in order to do that, I'm going back. Oh wait, I think I'm working on the old version, so I need to replace all this, and I forgot to pull actually, because I did a merge from GitHub, so I need to put all the changes back on my computer. I just did, so now we're working from Jeff's code, which is the right one. So yeah, I'm gonna do here again, replacing spans by real hyperlinks, but this time on the right code base. Okay, good. But instead of using $1, which is the first resulting item from the regular expression here, I'm gonna return the total expression here. Okay. This will include the HTTP or HTTPS prefix. Okay, let's see how it goes. So here, now we see that we're using Jeff's version. Okay, well, some glitches about the rendering of links, but hopefully the links are gonna work. Okay, not exactly. Okay, so in that case, we have two different cases showing up here. The first one is a Markdown link, this one, that you can recognize using the brackets and the parentheses. And the second one is a pure URL. It's not Markdown, it's just an HTTPS string, right? There was another one that I wanted to display, is this one, which is not Markdown, it's pure text too, okay? Just to make sure that it's displaying here. Okay, if I click here, in that case it works, okay? So that's good news. But now we need to fix the case when links are provided in Markdown format, okay? I believe that the Markdown format is this one because I can recognize the brackets and the parentheses from the regex here. Okay, so normally the link must be the first group. Check. Let's see. Let's inspect what's going on, okay? So here, the href contains everything from the Markdown formatting. You can see the brackets here and the parentheses. The only thing that I want is what's inside the href element here, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I think that I know by why it's caused, okay? Actually, this rule here is triggered after the first one. So I guess that the first one was working correctly, creating a link from the Markdown text. Or let's say it was working correctly enough because I need to put the first group here from the regex, okay? Okay, I got a request to put the sound a bit louder. I'm gonna switch to my earphones with mic, okay? Just give me 1 second. Okay, is it better that way? I'm gonna ping you in the chat. Okay, let's continue. Cool, awesome. So what I was working on the regex here, the problem is that in some cases you get a conflict between a Markdown link and a non-Markdown link, because as soon as I render the actual link here from a Markdown link, it will also execute this replace, okay? So that's a problem for me. And I need to find a way to not trigger the second regex whenever I'm already processed this one, okay? Let me see. Maybe one thing that I could do is process this one first, okay? Whenever I detect a link, I will turn it into a Markdown link. So basically what I'm gonna do is create
a Markdown link that has the same URL and text. By doing that, it's like if I created a Markdown link from my checklist, even though it's created artificially here. And the point of doing that is that it's going to trigger the following rule, which will turn it into a proper link. Okay. Let me see if I'm forgetting anything here. Let's see how it works. Okay. First, I need to reload the extension and the page. Let's see. Okay, I think it looks better. Like for my link and for the Trello link, it seems alright if I look at the bottom left corner, but it still looks weird from the Markdown link here. Okay, so for some reason, okay, I guess that my first rule, the one that detects URLs, triggered my my rule here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is prevent this rule to run whenever the URL is between parentheses, so that it doesn't trigger if it's already a Markdown rule. I don't know if you know what I mean, but let's see. Okay, if I see how to explain that. Basically, what I don't want is a closing bracket, opening parenthesis, and closing parenthesis. I need to escape them, okay, to say that it's not typical regex formatting. And then I need to say that it should not be this. And the next character should not be this. Okay, followed by a URL. And then I think that's it. Let's try it. I hope my logic is right here. If you think that I'm going it wrong, please share your tips with me and see what I can do. That seems pretty nice, except because of my hack over there, the characters that are before the URL are for some reason part of the link, which is not what I wanted. So what I'm going to do is artificially group only the URL. Okay, so I'm putting parentheses around the actual URL, and then instead of displaying the whole group, the whole match, I'm gonna just include the group, okay, inside that Markdown URL. So let's see how it works. Excuse me. Okay, it seems better, but it's still not perfect. I probably need to, let me see, if I do this, I'm gonna create another group here. That's good. That's gonna be group number 1 that I'm gonna re-include. I'm sorry about it, it's a little bit of a hack to do something like that, but you know, it's the first idea I got, so if you got a better suggestions, I'm happy to hear it. It's time to make your guesses. Oh, what happened? Maybe you got an error. Not even. Oh no. Let's refresh. Okay, it looks definitely better now, okay? So if I command click the links here, normally I think the second one didn't work. Oops. What was the second one? Yeah, this one didn't work. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. I understand. It's because in the case of a Markdown URL, we need to we have to separate the title of the link from the actual URL, okay? So when you do Markdown, the title of the link is between brackets here, and the actual URL is between parentheses. So we need to create two groups here. One around, not here. One is already made here, and the second one was not made, because parentheses you're seeing here are not like regex parentheses, because there's a slash, an anti-slash before it, so it means that it's an actual character from the string, okay? So I'm gonna recreate a real regex group here. That's gonna be the second group. So first group will contain the link title, and the second group is gonna contain the link's URL. So the URL we want to put it there, and the link's title we want to put it there, okay? So let's see if it solves our problem. Okay, so we still got the... Yes, if you look at the bottom left corner of my screen, you see that the first link is okay, second link is okay as well, and the last link is okay as well. If I click here, of course, the Trello card opens, but if I command click, it will definitely open my site in a new tab, so we're good. I just want to make sure that if I include more characters before and after, my links still work, okay? So basically I'm testing that my regex are still working, whatever the conditions. Moreover, because we messed a lot with parentheses and brackets, I want to make sure that if I put my URL between parentheses, but without the brackets, it still works. Same if I do it with brackets. Okay, so let's see how it refreshes. Okay, apparently my previous links didn't break. My latest URL, that's interesting. For some reason it was not detected as a URL, okay? But it's okay, I think that's good enough for now. Because still you can click on links thanks to that, so now that it's working, I'm gonna explain a little bit my code, just in case someone needs to read it, or even if I remember what I did and why I did it. So I'm gonna explain here that if I detect, okay, how to call it, often, or non-Markdown, that's clearer. No, turn plain URLs into Markdown links. Okay. A second, turn Markdown links into hyperlinks. Okay. So that's step 2. And I think we are good. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is create a subversion that's gonna be version 1.5, okay, because we get pretty much nicer rendering thanks to Jeff's help. So that's gonna be version 1.5. Because I changed the version number, I'm gonna update the changelog as well. So add a new entry, better Markdown support. And hyperlinks. Okay. And then I need to change my manifest, which is the information that's going to be displayed in the Chrome Web Store. So I need to change that as well. And when I'm done, I'm going to use one of my favorite features from Microsoft Visual Studio Code feature. It's to add from there all the files I want to include in my commit and just commit from there. Okay. And I'm gonna add this. Oh, actually, my commit is only support hyperlinks, and it's for an issue that was already created here, issue number 25. Okay. So I add it here for reference. Okay. Now let's commit and let's push. And normally, as soon as it's done, I can see it's close from here. Okay, for some reason it didn't close it, but I'm just going to add a comment that URLs and links are now transformed into real hyperlinks, but Trello takes over or override maybe clicks. You can open them to a new by using a right click or a keyboard toggle to open them in a new tab. And now I'm going to reply to Ian or Lane, I don't know how to pronounce that, to tell that we're done. Okay. So now I can safely close this issue because we're done. And I'm gonna go back to my project to say that we're done with this feature as well. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I would like to work on a bug that someone told me about. Is that apparently next step for Trello is creating a conflict when you use plus for Trello. I already got a bug request like this one for the Scrum for Trello extension that I fixed a few days ago. So before fixing that one, I want to make sure that the Scrum for Trello fix is still working. Okay. So I'm gonna enable it. Scrum for Trello, okay, and make sure that there is no conflict. So as you can see, Scrum for Trello adds new numbers here at the bottom of every card that you can update from the title here. Okay. So if I put a 10, it turns into a 10. I can even do it from there. Okay. Put a 3 in place of the 2. It updates and it adds the sum of the card at the top over there. Okay. So apparently there's no problem with that. We didn't break anything so far. The problem comes when we add plus for Trello. So let's see what happens. Okay. So yeah, I see that something changed. The first problem is that the checklist items are now above the title. And the second problem is that when I refreshed the page, I saw a few numbers showing up in gray that disappear after a while. Okay, I don't know why. Let's see if by disabling next step, the behavior is the same or not. Okay, because I'm not familiar with plus for Trello. I don't use it, so yeah, apparently it does it anyways. Okay, so the only problem I'm gonna fix is make sure that the checklist items show below the title. So let's see how we can do that. Enable it. I'm gonna hide Scrum for now. Oh, actually, I need to activate this one and remove the other real Scrum for Trello. Sorry about that. Okay, apparently now that I'm very confused right now because when I disabled Scrum for Trello, oh yeah, okay, it's showing up there now. So it's not always reacting the same way. Let's see first what happens here. Why is it reversed? So apparently the list card title here, that is the one created by Trello itself, is hidden, probably by the plus for Trello extension. And you know, I lay out this list of tasks based on this item. So it's properly displayed below it, but because of plus for Trello that hides this element and adds a new one below, it messes with my system. The good news is that they used the same class name, list card title, okay, which I believe I use for layout. So let's see how I do that. I realized that the plugin is going to be not very efficient when you use Plus for Trello, because so far I'm looking for list card title elements, which must be only one per card in the original Trello situation. But when you install a plugin like Plus for Trello, it actually creates two list card titles per card, which means that this card will be modified twice, which is a very suboptimal situation. So I'm going to see if I can override that behavior. Okay. The first thing I have in mind is to instead of gathering all the list card titles, I should only extract the last one from a card. Okay. So far in this part of the code, which is only used for drag and drop scenarios, I used to take the first element of that list. Okay. In our case, we need to use the last list card title element. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not sure if I can use pop on this. What I'm gonna do is first use that, create a new variable, and take the last one. So if there's only one list card title into my card, the length of this is gonna be 1. So we'll just grab the first element at index 0. If we install Plus for Trello, we're gonna have 2 list card title elements. So the length of this is gonna be 2, and we're gonna grab only the second element at index 1. So normally that small formula here should do. There's another thing I should fix. It's here. The way to update cards used to only look for list card title elements from the Trello board, which is not good enough, because now when we use Plus for Trello, we get double the number of these elements. So what I'm gonna do is rather detect the actual card elements. So it must be an ancestor of this. Let's see, list card details. Let's say, yeah, list card is good. Okay. So we're gonna use that one instead. So we're gonna list cards from there. And then for each card, we're gonna get the card title. Okay. So and then we're gonna reuse the thing I wrote over there. Okay. So what we need is card links. Okay, it's not gonna be that easy because let me see. Maybe we should use a selector instead. But to be honest, I'm not used of using that, so. Okay. and I'm gonna use the last child property because I just want the last list card title. Okay. I just want to make sure that it's gonna work. I think. I'm not sure it's gonna make it. Because it's not really the last child. Okay, apparently it's not possible to do that, so I'm gonna just, unless I can, maybe I can apply a selector on the selector. Okay. You know what, I'm not really satisfied by this implementation. I think I'm gonna go with something like this. So we're gonna do it functional style. So instead of for each, I'm gonna use the map function that I'm gonna apply on this. And for each list card, I'm gonna do a fat arrow function that only returns list card. And I'm gonna use the pop function from that. It also applies to the array pop function. I want to apply it on this object. And that's it. Okay. So let me see. Probably forgetting here. Yeah. So yeah, it's much shorter that way. Okay, let's try that. If you're not familiar with functional programming or ES6, this must be a little bit of black magic for you, but I'm happy to explain if you need an explanation about this. So, okay, now it's not showing anywhere, so we're not good. Lens. Okay, I probably need to use a prototype here. Or maybe array, maybe. How it's supposed to work? Can I send a read only number? Yeah, I guess that when you use the pop function on an array, it's gonna actually remove the last elements. But what we get from getElements from by class name is a constant, so we can't do a pop call on this, you know. So let's see how other people do that. Pop from. That's nice. I can actually turn this into a real array. That looks very nice to me, because then I can directly call pop on this. I didn't know, apparently that's a new feature for ES6. Let's see. Okay, it didn't solve the problem yet. Okay, I believe that it's caused by the fact that this list card title is created dynamically after the page is loaded, so it could be that next step triggers and displays checklist items right before plus for Trello displays this element. Okay, so another way to solve that problem would be to display it before the badges, but I'm not sure that the badges show on every one of them. So let's see. Apparently it does, so you can probably use that. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't change anything. I still need to do that in update cards because I just want to use the latest list card title of every list card. Okay. So I think that's a good update. Okay. So I'm gonna apply the same mechanism at the other place for consistency, okay? yeah, so let's see how it goes. Anyways, I've been coding for 1 hour now, so I'm gonna stop and finish that another time. It took much more time than expected. So what I wanted to tell you guys before leaving is, firstly, I want to thank the people who replied to my survey. A few days ago, you saw that there was an announcement here about giving feedback and voting for features, and about 95 people, I think, replied to this. So I'm very grateful for those who took the time to vote for features or even propose new features. Thanks to that, I opened 2 crowdfunding campaigns. The first one is on Kickstarter, so you can find it. You're not gonna remember the URL, so I tell you how to find it. If you go to Kickstarter, you just look for next step. Oops, sorry. Next step. And there you go. The next version is gonna be faster, more robust. Remember your display modes and also work from the Trello my cards. I'm not gonna show because it's gonna display probably some private cards. But anyways, many people ask for these features. So the version 2 is gonna implement that based on your support. And the second thing I opened based on your feedback is a Patreon page. Patreon is quite similar to Kickstarter, but Kickstarter was made for a project with an end, like a version, for example, whereas Patreon is made for projects that don't yet have an end. So it's just for ongoing projects to make people encourage the creators of this project to keep doing great work all the time, okay? So if you feel like you would like to support my investment, my development of this tool in the long term, it would be very great. I would be very grateful if you could become a patron on this page. It means that every month you make a small donation of the amount of your choice, and this will allow me to spend more time maintaining Next Step for Trello and be still listening to you guys for your feature requests, bug requests, and stuff like that, so we can co-create the product together. And in the case of Kickstarter, as you could have guessed, it's more something of a one-shot, you know. If you just want a V2 and you don't really care about what's going on in the future, you can support me on Kickstarter. Whereas if you want to be to participate and to get involved into the development, longer term development of this Next Step for Trello plugin, it probably makes more sense for you to become a patron on patreon.com. So I hope it's clear enough for you. You can still follow the project on GitHub and of the 2 platforms on Patreon and Kickstarter, as I explained earlier. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me by GitHub or the projects page here, or from the Chrome Web Store, whatever means that is easy for you, and I will be happy to reply. Okay? Thanks a lot for your attention, and hope to see you next Wednesday. I'll let you know if I do it on Twitch or live coding. I don't know yet on which platform I'm gonna stream. So please let me know what you prefer, and I will make my decision based on that. Thanks a lot. Have a great afternoon or great evening or great day, depending on where you're watching from, and have a good one. Bye bye.